3, 4, 5 red lights in Barcelona. And we're underway for the sprint race. Ilott off the line slowly. Tell you who's not off the line slowly. Straight up into the lead for Anton Hubert. De Vries going with him as well. It's a long run down to the first turn. Ilott looks like he's down to fourth already. Hubert and De Vries going wheel to wheel into turn one. But it's Hubert who takes the lead for Arden as Ilott battles with King. He's up to third. Second place, Nick De Vries. King is in fourth. Then comes Aiken racing Zoo. Two of our podium finishers from yesterday going side by side. And Zoo gets the position as they go breaking down to turn number 4. It's Hubert ahead of De Vries, Ilott, then King, and they settle out. That was a poor start for our pole sitter. He's just about stabilised, but he's racing his countrymen as they go down to turn number 5. Zoo getting close to Aiken. This is where Aiken had a superb move yesterday, but he can't go around the outside now. Hubert in the lead.
Yeah, now it gets down to single file, normally between turns 6, 7 and 8. Slight luck up there from Aiken going into turn 7.
And he will, well, he's desperately trying to get past one Virtuosi, but all the time that he can't get past Zoo, he's coming under pressure from Luca Giotto, who is into the slipstream as they go onto the back straight. Heading down to turn 10, Aiken shaping for a defence, and Giotto not able to get past Hubert with an electric start, up from third to first. De Vries going with him as well. Downbeat yesterday after not having the tyre degradation that he needed, and there's a car on fire in a major way. That's Nobuharu Matsushita, who's had a torrid weekend, and he's going to have to retire from 10th place.
Looks like he's parked that car in a pretty vulnerable position. Be surprised if there's not a safety car here.
Oh, it's a big fire. Come on, Nobuharu, out of the car nice and quickly. We'll have a safety car any moment. Still racing though, racing conditions, and we've got Tatiana Calderon and Mick Schumacher. And there's the new safety car deployed. Everyone told to call off the battle. Schumacher argued that he was ahead, but Prema tell him. And great to see the Matsushita is out of the car because that fire took hold very quickly indeed. Watch for the pink car in third position on the left-hand side. Lights go out. And, well, basically 50 metres into the race, he's in the lead.
Real art to getting these cars off the line. Look at that from the overhead cam. Just slices through, and De Vries as well. And De Vries actually, in a way, got a better start and was able to get alongside, even slightly ahead into turn 1, but super late braking from Hubert to get that lead back.
It's on board with Luca Giotto. So not the best start, but not terrible.
Yeah, not a great start
compared to yesterday. Here he goes down to turn 1.
It was pretty tight around the outside with Aiken, who he was fighting with. You see, he tries to go around the outside, and then has to back out.
Went up the hill, and at that point Aiken was ahead, but Zoo got that position back. On board with Nick De Vries.
So here we go. Gets into the middle, into the early toe of Hubert, and it's almost a too good a start. He has to pull out a bit early. It would have been better maybe to have had a slightly slower getaway and in that toe for longer, and has to yield and give up that place before turn 1. It's hard to fight that out around the outside of turn 1.
And Rosanna is down in the pit lane, able to have a chat with Trevor Carlin.
Trevor, what happened exactly with the car?
Well, we don't know exactly what's happened yet. Nobu radioed in and said he'd lost power. And then the next minute, Louis telling us on the radio he can see the flames. So he's pulled out. We don't know what's caused it. So, you know, there's a lot of fire, so it's fairly bad.
Well, I'm glad he's all right, and hopefully the car can be salvaged in some way.
Yes, looks expensive to me.
So the safety car is pulling in. De Vries trying to go with Hubert, who is used to restarting from the front in lower Formula. Now in Formula 2, high pressure on him. It's Hubert, De Vries, Ilott and King, but will they stay that way? Back to green flag racing. We are on board with Jordan King. Here comes Hubert with De Vries in the slipstream. He's going to have an opportunity as they go down to turn number 1. This could be for the race win. Hubert checking in his mirrors. We're on board with a second place driver trying to take the lead of the second race of the weekend. And Hubert places the car nicely onto the way into the corner. Perfectly done in terms of defence. Can De Vries use the cutback to get up the hill? No, he's just about defended it. And that is nicely done from the Frenchman in the lead. And Schumacher has got past Tatiana Calderon for 10th position. So Schumacher going in search of his first points of the weekend, the Ferrari Academy driver. How How close can Nick de Vries of ART get? This time he's got the DRS. Could it be pressure again? Ilot's got it as well. We'll be getting a mega tow from the two cars in front. It's Hubert under pressure for the race lead. Here comes Nick de Vries. We're on board with him. He's powering to the inside, and he's taking first place in the sprint race. Nothing Hubert could do, and de Vries takes the lead.
That was a real mature effort from Nick de Vries there. He knew, didn't he, the power of the DRS that time.
Giotto getting past Aitken and not waiting for a DRS zone, making the move into turn number 7.
Impressive stuff, but it must have instigated it from turn 1. They must have had that fight remaining from turn 1 all the way through turn 3 and turn 4. I reckon he's popped it down the inside of turn 5. I'd like to see that replay back.
So it was Aitken with the opportunistic move yesterday. Giotto today,
just like
down the inside.
Yeah, so Aitken was able to brave it out on the outside. I think they actually touched each other. But yeah, it's super late on the brakes from Giotto to get the job done.
There's your race leader, Nick de Vries, and once
super
again...
run round turn 9 from Giotto. What's he going to do on the brakes into turn 10? Does he have a look? Yes, he does, and he gets the job done there.
Can he slow it down? Will Zhu be able to cut back? No! Super move from Luca Giotto, and he is running on another pace to everyone else right now.
Here's the replay of look at how late, how far back he was. It was like a karting lunge, wasn't it? And he manages to slow the car down and stops his teammate coming back through on the inside. And this is the pass we've just seen. DRS aiding the overtake, able to get back on the racing line before even committing to turn 1.
And Latifi now in the... knows he's got to get on with it now.
Yeah, I was just about to say, come on, Nicholas. We need to see you making some aggressive overtakes like some of the others have been doing. You got the speed, won the race yesterday. The car looked great. It's got the DRS open this time round into turn 10, but of course the car in front does as well. And here we go. Hey, is he listening to us?
I think he might be. He's certainly listening to you, Anthony. He's gone through down the inside, and he's taken the position away from Sean Galeo. That is currently for 1 point. He's got 87 points to his name. Comfortably the championship leader over Jack Aitken on 61 going into this race. And Latifi now beginning to go on the attack. Mick Schumacher with DRS. Does he try a lunge into 10? Yes, he does. Does Galeo know he's there? These are teammates, not that you'd know it at this stage of the corner. Schumacher gets ahead, and he's taken the position in the end. That's for 9th place. The points are just up the road for the Ferrari Academy driver.
I think we were all wincing with him into that one. That was not such a clean pass, and his teammate made it as difficult as possible for him. I think maybe a little bit too kind afterwards. I was expecting a bit of contact there, so he was lucky.
We are looking back from Jordan King.
Yeah, so this is fight at the moment. Oh, Aitken just makes a little mistake around turn 15 exit, rides that curve a bit too much, but gets a good run through the final corner. And Jordan King, bit of a sitting duck here without the DRS. You can see the cars behind closing. He defends on the inside. Aitken goes to the outside. Is it going to be enough?
Oh, Aitken trying to go all the way around the outside and running out of room. Now, does he rejoin the right side of the bollard?
Go, yes.
He's remembered to do so, but Latifi getting past as a result, and now Latifi pressuring King.
So that fight has caused this moment, handed to Latifi. He's not going to try into turn 4, a bit of a difficult corner to overtake there. He's going to bide his time.
So the driver 3rd in the championship, closing down the driver 3rd on the road. Virtuosi versus Arden. Will it be much of a contest? It doesn't look like it will be. Moving ahead, Hubert not even interested about defending, can't defend, and Hubert is down to 4th. Giotto up to the podium.
He's absolutely flying.
Sergio Sette Camera had a horrible race to forget yesterday. He's lining up the ART of Nikita Mazepin. Oh, late move from Mazepin. And we were watching that through our fingers in the commentary box. And he's still racing him. Oh, he's off the road. And that really sums up Sergio Sette Camera's weekend.
He's got to go through the cone. Go through the cone.
And he's not gone through the cone, so that could be a 5-second penalty to add to an already torrid weekend from the man from Belo Horizonte. You can see the top 3 in your picture now. That's 2nd place Ilot, and the man on the charge like he has been since lap 1, really. Giotto. Here's the 3rd place man trying to move up to 2nd. Ilot defensive, now trying to sweep around the outside and going to sweep around the outside. A super move for 2nd place for Luca Giotto. Here comes Schumacher and Aitken side by side into turn 1, and Schumacher makes contact with Aitken to go off the road. Will he have a puncher there?
Remember the cone?
You're right, Anthony, that's going to be a penalty for an unsafe return. Here's Nick de Vries, who can see the checkered flag, and he controlled the race brilliantly to take his first Formula 2 win of 2019. A storming drive from Luca Ghiotto, 5th on the grid, up to 2nd place.
Good job, mate. Really good job. Oh, thank you, guys.
And Nick de Vries taking 15 points for the win in the sprint race. Luca Ghiotto closing the gap and moving up to 2nd place in the championship standings. Callum Ilott drove brilliantly up to 3rd. Nothing he could do about Ghiotto coming through. Zhu, a really strong weekend for him. 3rd and 4th across the campaign. And then we had Hubert in 5th, then Latifi, King, and Aitken the last of the point scorers. Galeo was 9th, Boschong in 10th. 11th was Louis Delatraz. Mick Schumacher penalised, had finished 8th on the road. Tatiana Calderon 13th, ahead of Nikita Mazepin. Juan Manuel Correa in 15th, ahead of Giuliano Alesi. And then we had Sergio Sede Camara, Boccolacci, Mahavir Raghunathan. And the only retirement was a pretty spectacular one. Nobuharu Matsushita for Carlin.